Hey everybody, welcome back. Today was a really hard video for me to put together. This is the top 15 products from 2022 so far. And I had a really hard time narrowing this down. There were a lot of products that I really liked this year, and if you look at, hopefully I'll remember to link at some point in this video, my favorites and fails from spring and my favorites and fails from summer collections, and you'll see there's a lot of products that I thought were really good that were my favorites. So narrowing it down to 15 was really hard, and I actually left out a lot of things that I think are really great products, but I figured you have those two videos, so the only useful thing to do for a best of 2022 so far is to have like literally the best of the best, which is why I narrowed it down to 15. At first I tried 10 and I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I literally couldn't. I couldn't do 10. So we're at 15. So these are the best 15 products, according to me, for 2022. Let's start with foundation. This was the hardest thing actually, because there was a bunch of foundations I really liked. But if I had to narrow it down, which I did for this video, I came up with these two. The Makeup Forever HD Foundation. It does have alcohol in it, but I use this all the time. And I absolutely love this foundation. I've used almost half of it, which, I mean, is saying a lot when you consider all of the foundations I have. It just does not fail me. It always looks great. It gives enough coverage, but not too much coverage. It's just, it's the perfect foundation for me anyway. And I absolutely love the way that it looks. And it stays true like for the rest of the day. Like that's the foundation I've been taking with me on trips for my meetings, because I need to look, you know, a little bit more pulled together. It's not my normal go-to like summer look where I'm wearing a much lighter foundation or like no foundation or tinted moisturizer. For these meetings, you know, for me anyway, I feel the need to be a little bit more full makeup. Certainly that is not a prerequisite of my job. Nowhere in my job did say, and you must have full, it's just, I feel more confident. Like I feel more pulled together. So the Makeup Forever HD Foundation. Now, the other side of that is the Chanel No. 1 foundation, which is a much lighter coverage foundation and a much more like natural looking foundation on my face. I love that foundation. I was having a really tough time choosing between that and the Touch. It's very close, but again, I can only have 15 and there was a lot of other products I wanted to include. So I feel like the No. 1 is just a tad bit better for me, just a little bit. Like I feel like it looks a little better on my skin and it's more moisturizing. It has more, I think it has more anti-aging skin ingredients in it that seem to work for me. Like I get a more moisturizing feeling out of it. That's not to say I don't like the Touch. I love the Touch. But again, if I have to just narrow it down to 15, I had to limit each category, and those are my two favorite foundations. The Chanel No. 1 does have a scent to it though, guys. It does have a fragrance. It's the Camellia Rouge whatever fragrance. So if you don't want fragrance, buy the Touch. Okay. Blushes. Again, this is so ridiculously hard. I mean, I know it's just makeup, but it was so ridiculously hard. There were a lot of great blushes that came out and a lot of great new formulas. But if I had to narrow it down to what I'm using, which usually means it's the ones that you prefer, right? Because you're using them all the time. It was the Chanel Balms. This is No. 4, I think. Yeah, this is shade No. 4. It's what I have on my face right now. And I just really like these balms. I don't use them on my lips. I know they're lip and cheek, but I don't use them on my lips. But they give a beautiful flush to the cheeks, and I think they're easy and they look beautiful and they work really well on my skin. And I'm older and they sink right in, but they don't disappear. I have them in like every shade. Absolutely love them. And for a powder formula, I picked the Suku Melting Blush. The Suku Melting Blush formula is amazing. It kind of reminds me of the old Chanel formula. That's how good it is. I have it in a bunch of shades. I think I have it mostly the limited edition shades. I have a few standard shades, and I will be picking up the ones that are going to come out for fall. I haven't decided whether I'm going to pick up all of fall for Suku or not. There's some shades that are, I think I mentioned, a little 270s for me, but I always say that I'm not going to pick up all of Suku, and then I regret it when I don't, so I might just pick it all up and just get it out of the way. Lips. So there were a lot of great lip products. Again, I had to like talk about what I was reaching for, like what I find myself packing. So that's what I did. There were a couple of things that were very limited edition, and I'm thinking specifically of the Dior New something. I can't remember what the name of it is now, guys, but I bought 2 of them because it was a lip balm. I absolutely love that product, and I've actually already used up one, but you can't buy it, so I didn't think it was fair to include it here. So the first thing I'm talking about is the Cocoa Flashes. This is 172. This is Flannery, which is my favorite shade. The Flashes I think are a great formula. Very glossy, very juicy. They don't last long, so if you're looking for something that lasts long, that's not it. But the Flannery, which came out for spring, absolutely love this. It's a very brown pink shade, very me. So love, love, love the shade. And then the second one is the Dior Shiny Lipsticks. These are the special edition cases. There was a silver case, a pink Canage case that's like pleather, and then the denim case. And the shades that I picked today, just these are the ones that like I'm using more than others. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot. There was Canage. You'll probably see a similarity in some of these. But the thing about the Dior's is that they are different finishes. Depends on, you know, which shade you're grabbing. This one is metallic nude, I think. It has more of a metallic. And this one is, which one was this one? This one, I think, Nude Look. Yeah. So I love these. I think they're really great. I love the fact that you can pop them in new cases. You can notice a theme here about the shades that I like, right? They're very similar. Brownie pinks, not a huge shock. But I like the fact that there's different finishes. Some are metallic, some are shiny, some are more matte, not matte, but like more satin. Anyway, I think they came out with a lot of great shades. I picked up a lot of them. I did a video where I swatched like, I think 10 of them on my lips. So I think Dior did a great job with it. I think the cases are fun and the formula is really good. All right, bronzers. There were so many bronzers, guys. So many. And there was a lot of cream bronzers I liked. And again, I just had to narrow it down. And it turned out there was a lot of eye products that I felt like I had to include because they literally are my favorites. So I picked one bronzer. If you've watched me for a while, you know what it's going to be. It's the Le Beige's powder, oversized powder. This is the deep shade. I have all 3 of them. I also have the highlighters in the oversized powder. Same formula, but they're very light. I have them on my face now. Very light highlighting powder. More like an all-over glow, I would say. But those powders are my favorite. The medium is probably my favorite shade. I love the medium. I think it's got a cooler undertone to it. The light is just warm, and I feel like I think I can definitely pull it off because I'm so pale and it works for me. But I kind of like the medium more because it has a cooler tone to it. But they're definitely worth picking up. They are limited edition, so when they're gone, I think they're gone. I don't know because things have been odd lately. But yeah, I'm very impressed, and that's my... I'm including that as one product because yes, they're different shades, but. Okay, so powders, you know what it's gonna be. It's the Westman Atelier. I have the pink bubble on today. I put this makeup on like quite some time ago and my face was looking a little bit shiny and I went in with a powder puff and pink bubble and just went through here, 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 and it's perfect. Perfect. I love their powders. Westman Atelier did a fantastic job. I never thought I'd be someone who said I loved a powder. It's just not me. These are phenomenal. Worth picking up. I still want to pick up the translucent. I'm hoping I can get it maybe later in the year at like a sale, like a Sephora sale or something. I try to save money where I can. I know I spend a ton of money on makeup. You're probably aware of all that. But where I can save money, I try to. So since I have the cream and I have the pink bubble, I don't feel the need to buy the translucent immediately. So if I can get it on sale, I certainly would. Okay. Eyeliners. Lots of great eyeliners, lots of great products. Chanel, the Chanel liners. Again, these aren't really new, but they came back. Like these shades, Blue Jean and Black Jade, and they have a new shade Berry, and they have a gray. They are fantastic pencils. I did a video about these. They are amazingly good. They stay on all day. The shades are beautiful. They're great. They're just absolutely great liners. And I honestly am so glad to have them back. I immediately bought them in like all the shades. So, you know, they're beautiful. They're absolutely stunning. And if you're looking for a good quality liner that's going to stay on, that's the way to go. Mascara. Lots of great mascaras. I'm actually really enjoying the Dior, and I'm trying out the Brillant, but it has to be Kalahari. It has to be the Kalahari mascara. This is the Come Hell or High Water mascara. I did not expect to fall in love with that. This one I need to throw out because it's old, and I need to get a new one. But you know, you do have to throw out your mascaras, guys. Do that because bad eye infections. But anyway, I kept it so that I could do this review for you guys and show it to you. It's my favorite mascara, hands down. Stays on, waterproof, amazing, looks gorgeous. Love the brush, love the formula. And it shocked me because I did not expect to love it as much as I do. Okay, eyeshadow quads. I have 3 quads and 2.5 palettes. I'll explain. I had a really hard time. There were so many great palettes and so many great quads and quints, and Dior came out with so many great quints, guys. They had the Byredo, and they had the Riviera, and they had all the velvets, and they had Wild Raffia. And Wild Raffia is actually one of my favorite color stories of all time, which is interesting because I didn't actually expect to get it. I love that color story. And I loved the velvets, especially the blue velvet. That's my favorite. The thing is, though, I felt like Dior was, in a way, Dior annoyed me enough that I left them off the list for the best eyeshadows. I think those are all fantastic products. The blue velvet, especially the Riviera, the Byredo, and the Wild Raffia. Love them, love them, love them. I think they look beautiful on the eyes, and I really wanted to figure out a way to include them, but I had to narrow it down. I had to narrow it down to 15, and I was just like, Dior annoyed me so much with getting the Riviera and Byredo and the highlighters wrong and everything else. I was like, okay, I'm going to include these other ones instead. So, 2 Tom Fords. I think you probably know what they are. The first one's Metallust, which everyone went crazy about and then couldn't get. So that's Metallust. It's a beautiful, beautiful quad. And if you haven't picked it up and you're able to get it, you should get it. I think I have seen it available in some places, especially in Europe. And then the other one is Smoky Quartz, which is the exact same formula, at least as far as we can tell, from Cognac Sable. And it's basically Cognac Sable, but a deeper, warmer color story. It's my favorite, actually, other than Cognac Sable. I just love it. It's great to use. It's just really pretty, soft, matte, but goes with everything. Again, it's a warm color story, but I absolutely love it, and I've worn it a lot. The Chantecaille Giraffe Eye Quad. I really like this one. Again, these are neutrals. I get it, but I can make a beautiful look with this. It's easy to travel with because it's relatively small. It's a look that goes with everything because it's a nude, neutral. It's got that white shade that kind of like shifts. It's like one of my favorite quads from Chantecaille ever. I wanted to include the Ray in this too because I love the Ray and I wear it all the time. But again, top 15. Had to draw a line somewhere. All right, palettes. The first one is the Byredo Kalahari palette. This is a stunning palette, guys. It came out for spring. The shades in here are just beautiful. They really are. They all look great on the eye. It's a stunning, beautiful palette. Byredo did a great job. I love this palette. And I do find myself reaching for it and like trying to do different looks with it just for fun. I don't travel with it because it's bigger. That's the only thing about bigger palettes, that's a relatively big one and it's a little hard for me to travel with. So the one I would say that I would travel with as a palette is the Anastasia Nouveau palette. Now I know a lot of people had some issues about this because there's a couple shades in here that said, you know, don't use near your eye, which makes no sense to me. I've used them on my eye. I've used them repeatedly. I haven't had any problems. That's not to say that there isn't a reason to be concerned. I'm just saying I have not had a problem with any of those shades, and I love this palette. I love the color story. I love the way all of these look. They look stunning on the eye, and you can do all different kinds of color looks with it. And this wisteria shade, like this purple lavender shade, you can definitely just do that all over the eye and it looks beautiful. So I was really impressed with this. I love the size because it's a little smaller than their former palettes. And so I can travel with it too and have all those shades. So I love it. Absolutely love it. So those are my top 15. Like I said, I had to leave out so many things that I really, really liked. I do want to mention though, just like an honorable mention. This is a brand and a product that I don't usually talk about because it's not technically luxury and I do focus on luxury, but I want to mention this palette because it's stunning and it's actually what I have on my eyes today. This is the Blend Buddy Cosmetics Dollhouse. And if you haven't heard of Blend Bunny, it is an independent brand. I would just suggest you like check it out. I'll have the website below. This is really beautiful. Like seriously, the shades in here are stunning. It looks so good on the eye. It's such a great price point. Just a beautiful palette. There's 30 shades in here and they're all stunning and it's like a soft glam. And there's mattes, there's shimmers. I just, yeah, it's stunning. It's really, really nice. And I think it's worth checking out for all of those of you, for all of you out there who like love luxury makeup. There's not, you know, I get it, the packaging, all that good stuff. That's who I am. But the Dollhouse is really good quality and I think it's worth having. And I think the shades are just beautiful and they look really good on the eye, even if you have, quote, an older, more mature eye with more lines and, you know, bumps or whatever, like I do. The shades look so pretty on the eye. They blend so seamlessly and they look so smooth that I have to say, I reach for this palette, I leave it on my vanity so that I can either add it to other things or just use it by itself. So, you know, I do reach for it quite often and that's saying something. So, because I have a lot of makeup. So I'll put that out there. All right, that is my top 15 for 2022 so far. I'd love to hear what your favorites were for this year so far. And let me know if you want me to do a fails video. I can do a fails video of everything that didn't work for me in 2022. It's actually a shorter list, which is good. But I do have some things that I really don't like if you want to hear about those. All right. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. I hope to see you in another video really soon.